Hi guys, so today we are looking at posture, looking at some little correctional exercises to improve your mobility, improve your shape, and through that hopefully start seeing changes in your strength and performance. Quite a few of the drills are based on building your mobility through strength exercises, so trying to build muscle activation, mind to muscle connections, and then through that start changing your shape, building the capacity to move into different shapes and help through that. The second part of the video is going to be focused on a little yoga flow. So if you are stretched for time, you can just skip to that, and it does just feel good. The first exercise is a little stretch routine, all based on child's pose. We're going to use it in the start of the yoga flow, or as part of the yoga flow. So it can either be done by itself or as part of that little drill at the end. Sweet. So we'll get started. First one is this child's pose drill. So you're going to come back and sit down on your hands and knees. From there, what we're going to try and do is keep our weight in our hands quite light, and our weight back. We're going to slide down with one hand going in front, one hand going out to the side. Come back up and change. Bring our weight forward, and you can change which arm your weight goes into more. Come back. Second time we go down, we're going to switch, and we're going to send one hand under and one hand out. Oh, that feels tight. Back. And then change. Just try and keep it nice and smooth. Playing with the patterns, playing with the shape. And just shift your weight in your knees. Try and get yourself open. It's not going to be a mega big stretch. You might feel a little bit of tightness with different sides. So one side on the twist as you come through might feel fine. It might be able to get a bit more rotation. And as you come from the other side, you might feel a bit stiff, so just work your way down. Take your time with it, twist into it, and just try and build it through the reps and through the range. It's just to get you opening up and moving after being sat still for a while. Or if you are just coming to the gym a bit early, you've got a bit more time before your workout or home workout, just a little drill you can start doing, nice and relaxed to get yourself moving and just a little bit looser. Next we're going to move on to some of the strength exercises. First one we've done variations of in the past, so the sort of Y, T, T, W's, alright, pulling back through the shoulder blades. This one's going to be a little bit different. We're just going to focus on the isometric contraction, so just trying to lock in that rotator cuff, that shoulder blade, and get a nice big squeeze. We've did something similar for arms stretched out in the past as well. But for now we're going to lie on the floor. Put your hands up on the yoga blocks. So just on a slight angle, head down, I'm going to squeeze the bum, so we're just lifting the belly slightly off the floor, and from there, for elbows staying down, we're going to try and pull our wrists up off the yoga blocks, and just hold. If it feels fine, once you've got that pull up, we're going to try and lift and squeeze the shoulder blades back as high as we can, and then hold 5 to 10 seconds, and down. What I'm trying to avoid is, as I lift the wrists up, is coming up into my neck. So we're trying to get that lift first, keep the traps relaxed, so up here stays nice and soft, or as soft as I can keep it. And then, as I get that lift, then I pull the shoulder blades back up as far as I can, hold, squeeze it tight, and then once you're there, you can then play with that range. Start trying to feel different parts of your back, activate. When you do get into a new position, do try and hold it for about 5 seconds, 5-10 seconds, so you can really feel that squeeze and that activation. It's the activation, the isometric, that hold we're after. We're not after just flying through the movement, trying to feel dead good. It's that nice and controlled, building the connection, building the stability, right? Building the strength. So, next we'll change position a little bit. We've got a slight variation. So in the past, when we've done these, we've always tried to keep our shoulders and chest on the floor. This time, we're going to lift up through our upper back, arms as well. So it still comes to that T position, keep the head neutral as best you can. And then we're going to drive out in front, pressing as far as we can. So from there, squeeze the bum nice and tight, lift up through the chest, keep your head neutral. Lift back through the shoulder blades, not up by the neck, just
back towards the ceiling, up towards the ceiling, and then drive up, overhead, from staying up nice and high, lock out, and come back, and down. Right? So it's not about going as fast as possible, it's about trying to maintain that tension throughout the movement as best you can. Next one, find a bit more space. So, these ones we're going to lift. Start one arm overhead, one arm down by your side. And we're going to lift the feet as well, from up towards the sky. And we're going to twist, come round, we'll have to avoid that. For now. So, from there, feet together, squeeze nice and tight, lift both your feet and shoulders up, come round and stretch, hold, back as I go, I'm just twisting my hand slightly, still trying to keep that lift, shoulder blades back, round and back. Can you do that one for time or for reps? It's entirely up to you, depends how much time you've got available, how much time you want to spend on it. Putting those three together, it's going to really make you feel it right in your shoulder blades and start pulling that shape back nice and straight. Next, we're going to do a little bit of hamstrings. Alright? So quite often we spend so much time sitting down or just going through the motions of exercises, kind of, just dropping into deadlifts, or that was more of a squat, dropping into deadlifts, and not really focus on this hip hinge or loading the hamstrings. So we go through doing a movement for the sake of doing a movement rather than trying to get the actual loading of the muscle. So we just want to do a little bit of priming of the hamstrings to try and make sure they're moving and working effectively. First one, we're going to need a little foam roller. If you've got a ball, you can use a little ball, that's fine. All we'll do from there is get that slight roll of the hips up towards the ceiling, lift one leg up, that's a bit too close. First of all, we just want our leg semi-straight, so we don't want it locked out, we don't want it fully bent. We want it somewhere in the middle, with making our heel on the roller, right? And then we're just going to rock our leg in and out slightly. Alright, so just ever so slight, keeping the hips up. And it feels absolutely awful, right? Especially if you've already got tight hamstrings, if you train them a lot. It's a really good way to get them warmed up and firing off. Alright, so lock in nice and tight, lift the hips up, and just that little roll, not going all the way out, just a little, right? Nice and smooth, little extension and pull back. We'll only use it as a warm up to get them firing off and make sure they're working. Right? If you want to do an actual training exercise, you can work on doing a full pulling, but it works a bit better on a yoga ball or on sliders. The other one we can work on is from that same position, so legs slightly straight, just locking in, maybe you come a little bit closer, and from there, this is going to be weird, is keeping your hips up, trying to jump your foot up and hold. Alright, so it's quite awkward, but from there you're trying to lock yourself up, hips up high, jump your foot and catch it on the wall. Alright, without your hips dropping to the floor. So again, just push up, get your hips up. You don't need them right up in the air, you can if you want, but it's going to be a little bit harder. You just need that slight pelvic tilt and then that space underneath your bum. And from there, push down the floor for a bit of stability, jump, catch. Alright? Make sure you get that pause on the wall. So just getting used to that hamstring firing off and then stabilising again. Okay? Sweet. So, final bit. The yoga flow. We'll move the mat for it. So the idea is this, is just to get you nice and open, feeling good, feeling loose if you push for time. So like I said before, first one, it's going to be the child's pose variations. So get your weight set wherever feels most comfortable for you, over your knees. I'm just going to slide one arm down, one arm out, opposite side, come back, then we're going to do the twist throughs, one each side, back, twist through. And we'll come back to your hands and knees, shift your weight back, arms out, drive through and up, pause, breathe out, Keep pressing down through your shoulder blades, driving your head up. If you want, you have your feet close together. Then relax back. Come back, drive up in the air. Your bum up in the air, sorry, towards the downwards dog. You take one hand through, reach to the opposite leg, have a big twist. Come back, take the other hand up, reach, big twist. Twice each side. Back, twist, and back. Then we're going to drop down into a bear crawl position. Twist over onto your back, lifting one hand up, and drive your hips high as you can into a one-arm bridge. Alright, reaching with your spare hand as far as you can. Come back down, back to your bear crawl position. Twist to the other side, drive up, big reach as far as you can. Back down, one more each side. Twist, drive up, back down, twist, back, up. And this time, when we come back to the bear crawl position, we're just going to drop our knees to the floor and then slide back down into our child's pose variation. So back to the start, nice and smooth with it. Working on those rotations. Oh, side's still tight. And once you've done 2 each side, just take your time, make sure you get them all done. When you come back, just in the way back, arms out, slide through into the scorpion, looking up. Control your breathing, push your shoulder blades down away from your neck, driving your hips into the floor, and slide back, drive your bum back up into the air, into down dog, twist, reach through, twice each side. Then drop your knees down, lift over, drive up to a bridge, hopefully it feels a bit smoother, a bit easier. Back to your bear crawl position, over, drive, and back. Again, twice through. If you want to do more, you can do more if it's feeling good. Focus on getting those hips up as high as you can. Nice big drive every time, back to that bear crawl position. And then when you're ready, just relax. Feels good, you're enjoying it, by all means continue. Try and throw a few other movements in there, some kick throughs, or go down to your belly and do some scorpion turnovers and come back up. It's just a little bit of play, trying to get you open, trying to get you moving. The more we keep moving, the easier it's going to be. Alright? So have a go, guys. Any questions? If you get stuck, just drop me a message. And yeah, enjoy. Alright? Take care.